Okay, another reflection of my working process of my character. So first off, let's talk about the problem. If I can remember, I had no idea how the workflow worked, and I was so scared that I didn't want to make any mistakes, and that is why I always looked in YouTube, in Google, on how the workflow works. And with that, I can finally start on sculpting my character, but I'm not gonna sculpt on the body, no. I am extracting it because I want to be very modular as possible. Because if you draw it on the body directly, then later on the road, it will be very difficult to separate them. That is why extracting it will create already separate parts that are interchangeable, that you can swap it if you don't like it down the road. And in my opinion, that is the best way to create a ready game character, because the other method where you just sculpt it on the body is really more for quick concept arts, for characters that you can directly show to your art director. And if you're not going to do anything else than just sculpting it in ZBrush, then yeah, I can see why you just sculpt it on the body, because you're not going to do anything else later on the road. Right now, my mindset is trying to make all my assets that I'm creating right now game ready as possible. Because if you always think ahead of what you're planning, this can save a lot of time, and especially in the industry where thinking ahead is really important. And I have to be honest here right now, I did not have any plans at all. I just said, you know what, I'm still a student, I'm just going to go with the flow and just try something out, because I'm still in the concept stage. I'm not gonna go so detailed as I thought I would be, so I'm just only looking that it looks cool. And speaking of cool, I'm also using a lot of references, especially in Overwatch, the Talon Troopers, where they look really badass with their helmet and armors. I use that as a reference to create my helmet, since it's easy for me to create it from a reference instead of my mind right now. But I'm not copying it one to one. I'm trying to also put my own spin to it, make it more Japanese-like and more unique. And since this is an Overwatch enemy, I can steal from Overwatch, so I can have a coherent style like them. Right now, I'm also taking a break once in a while so I can refresh my mind and see what I did wrong and think about the next steps. And the next step was creating the armor for the arm and try to make it cool but also simple. And I think one of the biggest problems while creating armor overall was creating nice sharp edges. For example, 90 degrees. And I have to be honest, ZBrush is more, in my opinion, for organic sculpting, it is really good. But for armor, like really hard surface, I would prefer to start with a box modeling where everything is equally flat. But unfortunately, the school doesn't allow us to do box modeling. It is a requirement to do almost everything in ZBrush. What I mean by everything, I mean the sculpting of the character and the armors, but retopologizing it and recreating it using Maya. And when you're done with that, you can bring it to ZBrush where you can add your high detailed stuff onto it. Yeah, I think this is it for me right now. I don't have anything else to say. And the only thing right now is that I'm recreating the body armor, since it did not make sense at all. For example, when he will bend, how is the armor going to bend if it's out of metal? That is why I'm redesigning it right now, so it will make sense in the end. But else, I think that's it for me right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, commentary, I don't know. The important thing is that I'm reflecting my mistakes, problems and my solution, what I did every day, so I can improve myself to be a better artist.